Hi everyone, Namaste. Welcome to Himalaya Spirit Tarot. I am Tanaka, your tarot card reader and your medium. I know it's been a while. I am planning to make a separate video on where I've been or what's going on. Before that, let us just quickly jump to the reading. It's going to be a mystery message. It's open to any topic and anything that comes up. These are the 3 pictures that you have to pick from. And once you have picked a picture, you also get 3 cards to pick from. This is option number 1, option number 2, and option number 3. There's also different colors associated with the 3 different options. So group number 1 will have red, yellow, pink, and blue. Group number 2 will have green, orange, violet, and black. And group number 3 will have white, brown, gray, and maroon. As I always say, do not overstimulate your intuition. Please pick anything that calls to you first. Usually it will be a picture or as you saw in the thumbnail. Also, I have received many emails that asked me about my health, whether I'm fine or not. Honestly, there is no simple answer to any of those mails, and I did try to reply to the mails, but the answer in itself was so overwhelming. I did not know what to write, but I'm really grateful that you all reached out and were concerned for me. I am more or less doing fine, and yeah, that's it. Let's quickly go to the reading and start with group number 1. Hi, group number 1, Namaste. Welcome to Himalaya Spirit Tarot. I am Tanaka, your tarot card reader and your medium. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to me and everyone who is watching this reading with me right now. It's so lovely to be with you all again. And yeah, let's quickly jump to what this energy is going to be all about. The picture as well as the card that you picked is Tirnarnog, Blessed Isles to the west. The Blessed Isles to the west are this group of islands. I think it is off the coast of Scotland. I believe you can fact check that. And that is where a very divine group of heavenly beings in the Celtic lore are said to reside. They hid away there so that nobody could find them, bother them. They got very tired of earthly frequencies, the denser ones. So it's highly possible that this is a very prominent energy with this group, because that is what I feel here. A need to, like, I don't want to be on the planet. I do not like the planet. I don't like the people. I don't like the political systems. I don't like the internal dynamics of who's right, who's wrong, what's better, what's worse. Like, why can't everybody just exist in peace and joy and happiness? I'm tired of how the denser earth frequencies work. Now, that is right off the bat the energy that is there in this group. But of course, we're going to keep moving further. But like, another thing that I just felt right now was this really strong wave of anxiety. I wonder if somebody is feeling anxious right now, or multiple people are collectively feeling anxious, because that was a very, very strong anxious wave that I just felt. Very restless, very needing to run away into a forest, never wanting to come out, hide away in a cave, something along that line. Totally resonate with that, by the way. Yeah, so let me keep this to the side and let us have a look at the rest of your oracle cards. Okay, this is the largest one here. It says lilies. Oh, 30. I love it. How beautiful. Lilies number 30. We have 14, soul child. Amazing. You could have a connection with group number 3. You could check that later on if you're interested, if that called out to you. We also have the card right here which says elm. I was hoping I could fit that in here, but never mind. And I'll take one of these smaller cards and sort of talk about what we are facing in group number 1, right? We have empaths. I sort of had a feeling that this would be a group of highly affected, easily affected empaths. Anyway, first things first. Yes, it is overwhelming to be on earth, and no, you're not wrong for thinking that some people in your life are sucking on your energy. They genuinely are sucking on your energy, and these people could be very good on the outside, in the sense that most people consider them good people, nice people, wonderful people. Empath wounds, as far as the energy of group 1 is concerned, the way I'm feeling it right now is that this is like a super empath, where even other empaths can suck on your energy if you're not careful enough. It's to the extent where now this is a very, very strong group, which is like connected to like Jupiter energy, as well as very, very old planetary systems and star seeds, very, very old star seeds. I'm getting Vega, and if you're interested in that kind of stuff, then yes, I do get Vega, and there's a little bit of Andromeda, but there's so much Lyra, and there's also a lot of Lemuria in this. So yeah, any of that could be a confirmation. Also, yes, this group, people are sucking on your energy, potentially quote unquote good people who are considered like they're perfect for other people, but when it comes to you, there's some sort of an imbalance where even the good people seem to misunderstand you or do you wrong, and you might just think that, am I just better than other people, or I just have a hard time connecting with them? Like, what's the problem? Am I the problem? I'm always doing my best. Then how is it that people still take advantage of me, even the quote unquote good ones? Like, what's going on? We will come to answer that. First things, however, that your guides are really pushing me to tell you is that you need to go out into nature more and do it alone as much as possible, not in the company of other people. So like, if you're going to go out into nature and spend time out, do not take a friend along. Do not take anybody who would interfere in your thought processes, even if it's a good person. Good and bad is very blurry during this time. There's like I think this entire year is going to be sort of that sort. Like, I do see like November 25 coming to mind, or 15 or 11. Like, this is the number that sort of is flashing right now. By that time, the energies are getting clearer. But 2025, really, there's going to be a lot of contradiction and a lot of debate about what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong. So you're going to have to choose what is good for you versus what is objectively good and what can be defined as good, etc., etc. Okay, so that's just another side point. Go out into nature. Do not take anybody else along with you. And there are nature spirits constantly with you, even right now. There is Fey energy around you. I know you might feel very, very disconnected and like, where is the energy? Or you might be like, no, I've been completely out of touch with my spiritual self, with my rituals. I've been out of touch with everything. I'm pretty sure that the fairies have left me. No, not so. The fairies are making themselves very, very present, very, very known here, that they are with you consistently, have been with you, take care of you, especially when you're asleep. So there is also an emphasis on getting rest, like shutting the world out and getting rest. It's almost rest to the extent that it's almost like you're asleep to the extent that you feel dead. Like, you wake up and it's like, wow, I took a rebirth. So yeah, your sleep is supposed to be that deep. And if it is not that deep, if it is shallow, if it is getting affected, then they're urging you, the fairies especially, are urging you to create circumstances or to take measures to ensure that you have uninterrupted really deep sleep, right? So these are some things that are coming to light here. Now another thing, why you are so special, why you can't connect with many groups, why you don't belong to collectives or can't seem to find your soul family, even the good people aren't good enough. It's not your fault, number one, obviously. It's also because you are pretty much a very starry. You've had a lot of lives. They're not even lives. You've just had a major part of your existence being a star being, a light being, an energetic being, than being somebody on physical. So not just on earth, really. I would like to say any 3D replication, any 3D creation, any 3D formation, you've not really been there unless it's been in a very high frequency. And this time around you have taken on a 3D form, and that in itself is a very difficult mission for you, because you're trying to make certain people on earth understand what it's like to exist only as energy. And there are a lot of people who will not agree with your religious / spiritual beliefs, as well as your system of faith, as well as many other things, your belief about sound and music or light, and how water therapy might work or fire therapy might work, or many things that are really just going to sound so extraordinary to other people that they're going to call it bullshit. So that is coming because you're trying to make a very strong 3D population see something beyond the 3D. And this 3D population, why am I saying that it's a very strong 3D population, is because this is a very etheric energy that I feel right now, but you have been dealing with like very earthly people who've been on earth over and over and over. And I'm also getting a little bit of like Martian past, where people around you have had Martian past lives. There's been war and a lot of conflict and a lot of fighting and trying to win over someone, etc. That's one other thing. So yeah, but there's definitely a star system that you are connected with that guides you. You have a good part of your soul family which is not on earth. It's in the interplanetary system, right? So that's one message. Let me take one. Oh, okay, we got 4. Are we going to take all of them? I have no idea. Sure, why not? Let's take all 4 of them. Okay, so we have Hair, trust in your instincts and follow them. We have Lady of the Lake. Yeah, this group, you might be very well connected to Avalon. That's highly possible. We have Fox as well. Embrace the necessity to adapt and thrive through change. And Serene Sanctuary, find peace in moments of solitude. So I hope you can see all of these. Another thing for this group is that it is going to be a time for you to be a lot more fierce. Now I have said this in many readings where I tell people that it is time for you to be a lot more fierce, but in this case it's a little different, because the kind of fierceness that I'm talking about, you will not be perceived as good by other people. That's why I'm saying that this altogether in this year, oh my goodness, my candle, 1 second. Okay, so my cooler is on and it does not like my candle, so apparently anyway, so people will not consider you good, and you might have to take some decisions that even are in conflict with your own ethics, where you might be like, well, if I do take this decision, that would make me a really bad person. You might have to take that decision or find a roundabout way to take that decision, because otherwise there's some form of energy here which is intruding, and it's like you are not getting the right amount of space, the amount of space that you deserve to have and you should have. There's just a lot of intrusion and disregard for you. We have 3 of Shields, roughly translates to the Three of Swords. Yes, there is a person around you promising to be a friend or a lover or some form of a guardian here, an energy of being very close, a very close relationship. They are going to not be there for you when you need them to be there for you. There's going to be a form of betrayal here. There's going to be betrayal. So like what I just heard is Judas. So it's sort of like a very close bond. You are very close and intimate maybe with each other, maybe a sister or a brother, whatever the situation is. This person eventually is not thinking about you in the best possible terms, where they have your highest good in mind. They tend to be a little selfish around you. We also have the Three of Wisdom. So we have a 3-3, again, Jupiter energy, a very high life mission here. Somebody who will probably not live a very conventional earthly life. You might be somebody who just wants to travel around the world, does not believe in traditional family systems or traditional education, traditional career, money making, stuff like that. That's just like the beginning of it. But a large part of it is also fighting to show other people that the traditional systems are not the only ones that we can rely on. So that is the other thing. Also, mind, body, spirit alignment. Right now you are your own best friend. You have to work on your relationship with God, and your relationship with God works very strongly through your relationship with nature. So for this group, that is really an emphasis. This is the Consolamentum 21. This is like the Judgment. No, the World card. It's the World card. Some of you are going to take a very difficult decision, which is going to mark the end of an important cycle. This decision for some of you, I am seeing it being delayed up till 2025, like at the end of it. Like you might take this decision in 2026, but this decision has to be taken. It will be in your favor, and it will involve the removal of certain people and certain places. I heard certain places from your life. So that's about to happen, and just gear up for it. It's going to happen. It's needed. It's important that this happens for group number 1. Okay, we've got cards flying. Let me pick this up. We have the 10 of Shields, and we have the Knight of Love. Roughly, I think this is 10 of Swords, and this would be the Knight of Wands. There's definitely a false promise around a false start in a romance for some people, because there is somebody who's got a lot of baggage in your life right now, and they think that your love can cure them, and that is putting a lot of burden on the relationship, just giving this entire relationship a false start, and that foundation is going to crumble, because this needs to come from not a place of passion. Like I'm seeing a little bit of like a trauma bond here, a little bit of we are both vulnerable right now, hence we connected, hence we bonded. Could be friendship, does not have to be romantic, but there's a level of falsity to it, because it's coming from a wounding instead of like we are at peace with ourselves and able to make a healthy bond, hence we are making this bond. So yeah, that's just another thing, just another confirmation for some people here. So anything else that I see as a guidance for you? Just if some of you here are stuck in a very tricky situation, when I say very tricky, I genuinely mean like it's a relationship you really just you can't get out of. Maybe you don't want to get out of this relationship, or you're just confused whether to be in this relationship or not. At all times, keep coming back to your faith, keep coming back to your belief that everything is happening for the highest good, even the kind of things that make you feel like a sinner. Let's say, for instance, somebody watching the reading, this is just an example, has been dealing with a smoking addiction. They're addicted to smoking or something, and you were clean for a while and something triggered you, and you started smoking again, and now you are feeling extremely guilty. And remember, this is just an example. You feel very guilty that, oh my god, I started smoking again, makes me a bad person, etc. And the message here from your guides is that it does not make you a bad person. Come back to your belief that even if you're smoking right now, something about you smoking was already known in the divine plan, is a part of the divine plan, because once the past event has already occurred, we have to submit it to God. Even if it was good, even if it was bad, even if it's acceptable, unacceptable, we do surrender it to spirit and say that whatever happened, I trust that spirit, you did it for my highest good, and hence I surrender it back to you without imposing any of my own judgment on it, that whether it was sinful or not, whether this made me a good person or a bad person. I remove all of that and I just surrender myself back to you. So that's another sort of like a guidance that I am being told, and this in itself is going to be enough guidance for you. We have Lady of Swords, so shields is not swords, it's probably pentacles, but anyway, that's not the point. I anyway read energy and not the cards. So Lady of Swords, for some of you, your mother is going to solve something for you. Okay, so not everybody, not everyone, but for some of you, yes, please get in touch with your moms, or maybe like a motherly figure or somebody, a female guardian. This is a feminine guardian, and definitely has your back and will get you out of a tricky situation. And that sums up the reading, everyone. That sums up the reading. I really hope that you got something of value from it. I am really sorry about my choppy style today. I kind of went about doing this reading a little abruptly, didn't really have the time to brush up my presentation and verbal communication. So but the energy came in crystal clear. The messages I said what I felt immediately in the energy. The candle blew off. Amazing, interesting. I wonder what that is. It is not a bad omen, it is only an omen. Again, they are reminding you again, this thing is being emphasized here, that whatever bad has happened, have to surrender it to spirit, God, or however you express your faith, possibly in nature for this group, that this is a part of the divine plan. Even if I can't see it right now, I will be able to see it in the future, and then you surrender it to the divine and move on from there. So yes, group number 1, thank you so much for joining me here. It is so lovely to be able to do this reading for all of you again. And as always, if this was of value to you, please do like the video and comment your experience. These are the very simple ways in which you can help my channel. And even if you're not able to do that, you have my deepest love and my best wishes for your future, your life ahead, and may all your dreams come true. And have a great day ahead. Love you so much. Namaste. See you. Hi, group number 2. Namaste. Welcome to Himalaya Spirit Tarot. I am Janaka, your tarot card reader and your medium. And yes, it's been a bit. Welcome everybody. It's so lovely to have you here with me as always. Let's quickly get into the reading. Actually, I've just been quickly feeling the energies one after the other, and I've had very little time to sort of work on the presentation, so I'm just quickly getting to delivering the messages, right? So I'm really sorry about not having enough courtesy, especially for a video that's been here after such a long time. Anyway, so the card that you have picked here is 8, Epona, the horse goddess, safe passage. Definitely my pile, like 100%, because this is one card that kept showing up for me when I first got the deck. And 8 is also the number of my mother's number, so anyway, very special card for me. Going to keep it here, a safe passage. definitely a very turbulent time for some people here. This is a very, very difficult period, a very difficult transition. Some of you, if you're having a really hard time navigating and you feel that you're stuck in a fog, you don't know what decisions to take, do not rush yourself right now. It is not your fault that you're not able to take a clear decision right now. Hard to believe, but yes, not your fault, okay? Because we are told internally that we have so much control over our mind and what we choose, but really there's so much that we don't understand and hence do not have much control over. However, there's forces working in your favor that will help you take the right decision when the time is right. So do not rush yourself to take a decision right now. Just surrender to the flow of things, right? Safe passage. You're going through a passage right now and the destination hasn't arrived yet. You're just, in that tunnel right now, in that black tunnel. Light's going to show up very soon, and that is the energy of this group. Good to know, because this applies for me as well, right? Yeah, let's check out some other cards here as well. We have 29, the pink rose of Lady Nada. Lovely. Love to see that. And we have silver birch. And we have snake number 7. I'm going to keep this one here. Interesting. I'm going to take one more card to start the reading. One of the smaller ones. Okay. So we have 2 showing up, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take 2 of these. We have podcast, blah, blah, blah. Usually these cards are negative, but I sort of only am focusing on reading the energy right now. And that's exactly what I will do. And we have also this word that I don't know if I'm allowed to say on YouTube, but it's bitch right here, right? First things first, group number 2. If somebody's been painting you as a bad person or something, or saying that you speak too much without knowing what you're saying, or that you are very shifty with your words, or that sometimes you like this, other times you like that, you're not consistent, just there's so much negative projection that this group has faced, and all of it is very, very false, because this group is very, very connected with source almost all the time, where it's like you sort of have given up control of your own life to spirit. You do not control what you feel, what you think, and what you do. Essentially, you let spirit take lead and you just follow. And that is an approach that is very, very unfamiliar to most people. So there has been a lot of negative projection that I can already sense for this group. But again, that's projection that we have to make sure that we are not taking personally, because most of you with the silver birch here, you are walking shamans. You do take energy and transmute it wherever you go, wherever you are, whatever part of this world, whichever continent, city, town, village, wherever you are watching this. You step out of your house, you transmute energy. You step into your house, you're still transmuting energy. Most of the time your body does work with this transmutation, and because of which your moods, your emotions, your thoughts are much more in flux, in movement, as compared to other people, making you unpredictable, and hence giving people the chance to project on you, because on the outside other people might look more stable, but that's just because they're not so much in flow with the changes in energy and ether and spirit, etc. So you have a very, very profound, very, very deep connection with I'm getting the high priestess card, so with the divine feminine, but as well as spirit, like just a very intuitive sense, a very psychic, very, very highly psychic group. Can just sense something is going to happen. You just have this icky feeling that this is going to happen, and some of you even get like dreams. I believe many of you do get dreams that foretell the future. I hope that's the right word. Yes, premonitions. That's very common with this group. Many of you have been some form of shamans in the past, or have had shamans in your ancestry, but there's a very strong image that I keep seeing, but and it is of sort of like channeling divine spirits within, like you being the vessel of a spirit, of a god, of a deity, of I'm also getting a lot of like Africa here, so, Africa reference, so maybe some tribes in Africa could be relevant. Yeah, I'm getting certain letters. I'm getting Y and R and U and B and A. I don't know, these could mean something to someone. So yeah, wow, immediately that was a lot of stuff right there. Okay, and with this card right here, again, I do see a lot of automatic writing and just channeling, simply channeling in whatever is coming through from spirit for this group. That's very prominent here. So very divine channels here, connected also to a lot of connected to Devi Ma, if you believe in Mother Goddess or in worship any form of divine feminine. Yeah, that connection is coming off very strongly here. There's also a very deep connection with the underworld, and definitely with Anubis. There's a very strong connection with the underworld, with Anubis, with serpent gods and high beings of like reptilians, but of a very high order of light, right? Draconians of light, dragons of light, right? So that connection is here in this group. Any of this could serve as a confirmation. Number 11 also is coming off as very important for this group. Connection again with Rudra. If any of you, if somebody resonates with that, again, it's a confirmation that this is your pile. Wow, that was a lot of energy. Okay, let us take some more cards and see what messages we have coming in for group number 2. Group number 2. Yeah, this is like a very gentle group. We have Sword, harness your inner strength and courage to overcome challenges. Whoa, I'm so sorry, I moved that. All right, so also just saw the number 333 for this group. Some of the people watching this video have a connection with group number 1. The rest of you would have a connection with group number 3. So whatever calls to you, please go ahead and watch that. Other than that, there's something else that I experienced. Yeah, it was definitely like a flash of past lives, and it's not necessarily past lives. It could be parallel lives, but the present version of you watching this video right now is definitely geared towards becoming a very assertive version of whatever is going on in parallel past and future timelines. This particular lifetime is going to be one where you stand in your power and take a stand for yourself over and over again. Choose yourself over what is considered good and bad. Have your own definition of good and bad, and have a very strict definition of good and bad. And this is something that is going to go on all your life, but something about this year 2025 is very, very defining in this respect. Now it could be in terms that the challenges that you face this year are just going to be just, you know, out of the ordinary. Like you might be one of those people who is like, well, I have seen the worst of the worst, you know, it cannot get worse. And somehow 2025 is making things harder still for you. So you do have to have a very strict, by the end of this year, for many of you, I just see this uncompromising spirit. It's like you, like quite literally, like how do I explain this, what I'm feeling right now? It's like, yes, I do think that I have seen the worst of the worst, but somehow 2025 I see like the boss of the boss, like the boss level. You know how there are levels, and then there's a level where the boss comes and you have to fight. But now it's almost like as if the game is ending, you know, and the mega boss, like the final boss, is arriving, and that's happening in 2025. And after that, you're just ruthless in the way that you're so clear about what you believe in. Nobody can gaslight you. Nobody can tell you what's right or wrong. Nobody can define your choices. It's just going to be you and spirit. And nobody even defines what spirit is for you. And you might even get rid of certain religious, ceremonial methods, tools, rituals, etc., because you feel so empowered in who you are, in just your own existence, obviously. So very, very beautiful, very, very strong energy, very assertive energy for this group, which is amazing. Let us see more along this line. But you do have to take steps. You have to continuously pray to God and pray to Spirit to give you strength, because this year is going to require strength from you. We have 4. Are we going to take all 4? I took all 4 in group number 1, so I will take all 4 here as well. We have Bear. Tap into your inner strength and power to face challenges head on. Somehow reminds me of Goddess Atrio. Then we have Compass. Trust in your inner guidance. Hey, there's a lot of inner strength, and we have inner guidance here. And we have overcome challenges, face challenges, and navigate life's journey with clarity. Right? Okay, so we have a lot of challenges in this group. There's a lot of challenges that in general are confusing, extremely confusing. Like the compass isn't working, it's pointing in all directions and you have no idea where north is. And that's referring to external tools as well as your internal compass, where your own intuition is so foggy right now. So at this time, I'm almost seeing you applying brute strength internally. You're just taking one brutal decision after the other, not really thinking about the consequences, and letting hell unleash itself. And you're supposed to let that happen. You're not supposed to be controlled during this time or be reasonable or rational during this time. And that's the energy that I feel here. We also have silent watcher. Think before making decision. No, this is definitely like they gave me this as a confirmation that the thinking part, the thinking before making decision, Spirit is doing that for you. Mother Goddess is doing that for you. She is doing the thinking for you. You just have to make the decision. Now, if you ever get a very strong urge to, like, oh, I want to do this, or let's say you've met a person and you don't like them and you really don't have any evidence not to like them, but you're like, no, I do not like this person, I want to stay away from them, just go ahead and stay away from them. You do not need a lot of rationality right now. You're really supposed to follow your gut one after the other and not really look at the ethicality, the rationale, all of that. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to. You can, but even if you don't, it's going to be okay. It's not going to be your fault. Nobody's going to blame you. And that's what I read in this energy. But obviously you have to trust your own inner wisdom and take only what resonates. I'm going to keep this one right here. Adventurer, embrace the spirit of adventure and discovery in your journey through life. Yes, because see, you are on this adventure where you are going through this forest that nobody has walked on before. Like, you are the trailblazer, which means you're heading the journey here, which means that I have not been on this journey, which means that I cannot give you visions clearly. A part of receiving such visions is that I will just see a fog. And that's what I see here, is just a fog, which means that you are the one clearing, you're the one making headway, you're the one blazing the trail. And you will be the one guiding people like me and many others. And hence, it's very important for you to take brutal decisions where right and wrong really doesn't count, because right and wrong hasn't been decided yet. It's like you're going to walk this path and you're going to be able to look back and say, oh well, yeah, that was right and that was wrong. Right now it is not decided. You will take the actions first and then it will be decided. That's how it's working for you. So the procedure looks a little different for you, but that doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. But for you, it's very, very animalistic, very, very animalistic. Group number 1 had a very strong connection with nature, but for this group, there's an even stronger connection with like the animal kingdom. Very, very strong connection with the animal kingdom. And the bear spirit, bears, wolves, getting more predatory energy, lions, cheetah, leopards, that kind of stuff. Yeah, like a lot of, I just have this raw instinct for killing. Like it's a lot of brutality, but that you might get judged for. But honestly, it's your strength, it's your purpose, it's what you're supposed to do here. Again, one of those sort of vaguer messages that that could mean a lot of things, really. I hope you can see all the cards properly. Anyway, so let's keep moving. Let's have a look at your tarot cards. Again, with this card, I do see that you are counting on spirit. Like before you do take a decision, don't forget to look up to spirit, God, or any form of divinity that you choose. Even if it's your own higher self, do sort of check in with something ethereal, something non-3D, and then move on, right? So that's extremely important. And for this group, really, there's so much emphasis that I just sort of keep hearing, that you don't have to be human, you don't have to be human, or that it does not have to make sense to human beings. There's something about you which is almost animalistic. It is almost as if you are an animal, and I mean it in a very, very good way. It's very beautiful. It's very, 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 very like shamanic, as if you've just mastered a particular animal medicine. So very interesting. Do let me know how this resonates for you, group number 2. That would be really. We have 4 of Shields. Probably the 4 of Swords or the 4 of Pentacles. I will read the energy of the card. Okay. Okay. It is quite terrible, because there is somebody here who's seeing that you're in a lot of pain and is just ignoring, and is just ignoring that. There's also someone here who sort of like sees that you're going through a lot of inner conflict, but they don't really want to pay attention to that, because that sort of kills their vibe. Their experience of the world contradicts with your experience of the world, but they are too selfish to choose you or to let you be free. They're sort of like binding you to a particular job, like get this job done at all costs, even at the cost of your own freedom and peace of mind, and you're just forcing yourself to sort of smile through it. And yeah, like spirit is seeing this. It's just one thing I have to say. It's one of those really sad, strange scenarios where I have to tell the group that it's a hard time, just sit through it. Like, I don't have a solution for you, it's just a hard time. It is one of those situations, and I usually feel really bad in these situations, anyway, but it is what it is. Lady of Wisdom, I do believe that this does represent Virgin Mary. I'm telling you, there's a very strong connection with the Divine Feminine here, with Mother Goddess, and I did feel the presence of Mother Mary in the beginning. I'm really glad that this does confirm that Madonna is here within the reading for us. There's also a very strong notion here that Mother Goddess can tame the devil for you. This was a message in the previous reading as well, that there is some form of a female feminine guardian, possibly an actual mother or grandmother, an aunt, or a female guardian, who is going to get rid of a particular problem for you, a problematic situation. A female figure is going to resolve it for you. Again, that was something that happened for group 1 as well. But let's see a little bit more on Lady of Wisdom. We have 19, the World of Light. I think this is the Sun card. Is it? I don't know. I do not know. I have forgotten the tarot so easily. Yeah, my memory is a little tricky these days. Anyway, so now I just heard that, and I don't know how this will change for you, but I just heard that the sun for some is moon for the others, and the moon for some is the sun for the others. So there's something here about the good being bad for you and the bad being good for you, but also just do not let anybody else's notion of right and wrong influence your decisions. And also that when you are such a virtuous person, because this is a group of people who's extremely like virtuous, Like, you are somebody who's so sacrificing, so giving, so caring, so empathic, so ready to put your life quite literally on the line for the sake of humanity, as well as in general the well-being of those who inhabit this planet, plants and animals and everything. You are somebody like that. Because of this, your standards of what is good are much higher than the standard of good for others. There's just, in general, people will not be able to relate with how deeply you connect with all that is good, and how deeply you wish to cure or resolve all that is bad. Because for this group, I don't think something bad really exists. It's just something that hasn't been resolved. It's just something that hasn't been shed light on, right? So that's the nature, that's the essence of this group. And not a lot of people are going to understand your moral explanation of things. You come from a place of deep faith and even an understanding, and even like just a direct connection with spirit, where you just know something. And many people will be like, how can they'll ask you for explanations, and you'll try to explain, but you'll feel that you're failing. Trust me, don't feel bad about it. Try to explain, and if they understand, good. If they don't understand, not your fault. You're not supposed to, you're not somebody who's here to explain anything. Your work is much more physical than, I would like to say, what is it? What is it called? Sparring minds or something? Yeah, like where minds fight or something, verbal arguments or something like that. That is not what you're here to do. You're actually here to do some work and get results, and let that speak for itself. So for instance, since this group is for me, my work is entirely verbal right now. What I'm doing is explaining what these cards and the energy is telling me. However, this is just one way for me. I'm not arguing with someone essentially here. It's just one way for me, and it's going to be like that for you. So you could be in a healing modality, you could be a channel, you could be somebody who delivers messages, but you are just going to deliver it. You are not somebody who will engage in debate or discussion, and it's just not your thing, and you're not supposed to do it anyway, because your work is far beyond that, and things like these sort of like hold you back. We have the Four of Wisdom. Yeah, and for some of you, a break is long due. Like, you should have gone on a break long ago. You just have delayed it for some reason, probably. Again, for this group, many of you have taken the burdens of others, and you're still fulfilling duties that others should have fulfilled. You're fulfilling it for them, and hence this long overdue break that you have not gotten. You probably deserve a year or two off. That is at least the amount of it's not fatigue, but it's the amount of rest you truly deserve to have. But I do believe it's a part of your soul plan here, that you choose when you take rest. So you're just not choosing to take rest right now. However, Spirit would like for you to know that as soon as you do choose very strongly that I am done, moving out, I'm taking rest, I don't care about what anybody says, I'm going to choose myself and my well-being, my physical, mental, emotional, spiritual well-being, that's what I'm going to choose. If you seek everything else, as soon as you do that, Spirit is going to take you in its arms and love you and hold you just till you fall asleep and get proper rest. Yeah. Okay, good, awesome. Seven of Wisdom, that's a very beautiful feeling right there. Yeah, and also, it's not that you're greedy about being virtuous. If some of you have been feeling burdened by being good, that, oh my God, why do I have to be good all the time? Why can't I just do something wrong? If some of you have been feeling very burdened by the nature of your own goodness, it's completely okay. It happens. It's a part of your soul plan. I'm just here to tell you that it's okay. Your conflict is painful, and don't just feel the pain. Don't worry about the pain being painful. I hope it makes sense. I really, really do hope that this is making some sense. Okay, I do feel that the cards are sort of ending here. We have Squire of Wisdom and we have Three of Wisdom. Prominently, the water element has made itself very obvious here. Some of you, at the end of the day, now this is just like a guidance from spirit, from your spirit guides, and what you're supposed to do. Please make sure that you're taking salt water baths or water baths. Just take baths and be around water. Have great amounts of water. And I'm not saying that don't have anything dehydrating. Have coffee, go ahead and have a couple of beers or drinks or whatever. But please replenish yourself with enough hydrating things. Take baths, have hydrating food, fruits, fruit and water and anything else that just hydrates your organs. That's very necessary for you, because as channels, as psychics, you are carrying a lot of electricity inside of you, and that sustains itself through the water inside your body. So please stay around water, and if possible, worship water, because water really is keeping you together right now. And this has got nothing to do with your chart, like your kundali or your birth chart. You might not have any water placements. Not the point at all. Water is just a very important element in your life. That's just the way it is. That's at least what's coming off in the reading. All right, so this is pretty much the message that I have for you, group number 2. And I know it's been a while, and the reading must have been very choppy because I did not brush up on my skills. I just worked on a few introductory statements and this ending statement, and that's it. So yes, I'm really sorry for the choppy delivery, and I'm so grateful that I can do this again and that I got the chance to connect with all of you once more. And many of you have asked me if I'm doing well, etc. I did mention that in the beginning. I'll go round and round in circles. I just want to say that I'm really grateful for your love and your support and your understanding and just this immense love. I really do feel it in spirit. I feel it in the collective energy when I tap into it. It really fills my heart and it makes me cry. I have cried multiple times this month, like previous month, and your love has really been holding me up. So thank you so much for that, and thank you for watching this reading. And if it brought anything of value into your life, then I would appreciate it if you could like the video, if you could comment your experience, and subscribe if you're new. And these are the simple ways in which you can help my channel. Even if you cannot do any of this, you have my deepest love and my best wishes for the future, and may you have the best day, morning, night, evening ahead. So much love to you. Namaste. See ya. Hi, group number 3. Namaste. Welcome to Himalaya Spirit Tarot. I am Chanaka, your tarot card reader and your medium. It's been a very long while, and I'm really glad that I am here with all of you, sharing your energy, and thank you for letting me in on your time and space right now. All right. So let's just quickly get started with the reading. Now for group 3, I'm really sort of inclined to do reading in a different way. First, I was essentially taking all the oracle cards right here, and then these two, all of them, and that's how I was doing the reading. But for you, I sort of want to keep the oracles aside. Maybe I'll take the smaller ones. We have 32 mermaids and Selkies water. Amazing energy that I just sort of felt coming in immediately. That was very beautiful, and I just felt that for some of you there's been some sort of a beautiful change that you have been welcoming in your life. If you have not welcomed it already, this beautiful change is about to come your way, because this is what the card represents. But that's also the energy that I do sense for this group, is that a very beautiful person, maybe a love connection, maybe a new friendship or a job or a city that you move into, or something very new, or like a promotion or something. It's not just a promotion. It would be wrong to call it a promotion. It's a shift. It's a paradigm shift. It's like moving from one version of life to another. It's like a total upgrade that seems to happen here. It's a complete shift, and for the better, that is coming in. More magic, more connection with spirit, more psychic intuition, more tuning in, and all of that. It's very beautiful. So that is what is coming in for group number 3 with this card. Okay, I'll take these as well. Okay, we've gotten 4 continuously for all the groups. So let's take these. I should keep this right here. We have Arboreal Archway, embrace transitions and new beginnings. See, that's what I'm saying. There's some sort of a new beautiful transition that you've almost entered. You're there. You're very, very, like, you are standing at the doorstep of a beautiful transition and a beautiful thing beginning, unraveling itself in your life. But we'll see what this is about. Mushrooms, practice mindfulness to find peace in the midst of chaos. Right now, things could be a little turbulent for all of you. And, sorry, yeah, that's much better. Yeah. Right now, things could be a little turbulent, but that would only be because the older energies, sometimes, like, let's say for some people here, I'm immediately getting the number 7, a 7-year cycle, a 7-year relationship, 7 years spent in a particular city or in a particular job. Could be 7 or 5. It's an odd number. So that amount of time that you've spent. Now, the remnant of it is leaving you, where sometimes we've been in a traumatic relationship. Then even if we get a very good person in our life, we resist that person a lot. So that's the kind of like energy that I get, that there's resistance, and that's where we need to practice mindfulness to be peaceful, because it's chaotic, like the remnant energy that's leaving you is a little chaotic, because it's got that ugly bit, and you are like, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're not in the tunnel anymore. You're like, that was group 2, who was in the tunnel, and you're like, you can see it. Oh, interesting. I didn't actually see, but this does form a tunnel kind of a thing, because there's more. Anyway, so, and then you move and you just quickly want to get to the light, but it's like, it's almost happening. For some, it has happened. You have entered the light, and I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. And definitely the energy of shift. I wouldn't be surprised if some people here comment that, yes, I actually started a new job, or yes, I actually met a new person, yes, I moved to a new city, or whatever. Like something has shifted in this group. It's very beautiful. It's very amazing, right? We have silent watcher, think before making decisions. I don't know if you can see this, how much of this card can be seen. Mostly it's in glare, which is completely like, it's fine. Then we also have majestic stag, express gratitude for the abundance in your life, right? So for anyone who's wondering how you can usher this change in faster, a little quicker, one thing to do would be sit down in the moment, look around, and be grateful for whatever you have. Now, for some of you, mostly this message, I am giving this message to those who have not made the transition yet. To those who have already made the transition, have stepped into the light, obviously you will naturally feel grateful for that. Like, I can already feel an effortless sense of gratitude coming in, where I'm so thankful for my past experiences, even the painful ones, even the ones that brought me a lot of discomfort and tears. I already feel that. For some people, for others, we are struggling to feel that way, where we are not very, we don't know how to be grateful, because it's so much, the pain and the confusion is so intense that we genuinely don't know how to be grateful for that. And it's completely natural, to say the least. But you're supposed to sort of look around and be grateful for those who haven't made the transition, to be grateful for whatever in the moment is sustaining you. That, thank you for the food that I ate this morning or last night, or the food that has sustained me. Thank you for the breath that sustains me. Thank you for the, whatever roof on that you have over your head. It's interesting, because a long time ago I did have a client who did not have, she had to leave her home. She did not have anywhere to stay, so she was in between places, so practically there was no roof over her head. But even in such situation, this is the time where it becomes even more important to practice gratitude. Exactly when we want to be in despair is when we have to practice the total opposite, to keep sane. That's the nature of the 3D by this duality of the world, right? So that's just one message here. And silent watcher, think before making decisions. This is like a very strong message for most people watching this reading, that spirit is helping you take decisions. So if you do look around for signs, symbols, synchronicities, these will be shown to you, and you will find the right reading, the right people, or the right guides, etc. You will get the right psychic insight, the right intuitive insights, to make the decisions. We have triggered, and we also have let's see, we have stay in your lane. So this is a message for anybody who feels that there are people in your life who continue to make sort of like intrude into your life without understanding your perspective about things. Do not let them trigger you in this. Now this is kind of like, I see this very infectious energy where it's like there are some people who are very conservative, orthodox, not open-minded. It could be about spirituality, but it could be about anything else, maybe a particular political belief, etc., educational belief. It could be anything. And this negativity is infecting you. So these are people who in general stay triggered, and now they're triggering you. So as far as stay in your lane is concerned, this is sort of like coming in from your spirit guides, that just keep your eyes on your own value system, and don't take responsibility right now to change anyone, because they will sort of infect your energetic field. And right now it's sort of very sensitive and very fresh because it's making this transition, and for others you've just made this transition, so it's very fresh, and you do not want that rawness to be infected by anything. So you've got to really be secure and keep yourself protected and grounded into your own version of reality and not anybody else's. So now what we're going to do is, oh, look at that, moon 32. That's a beautiful, beautiful number. Look, we have 32, 32 repeating itself, 32, 32. So now 32 in sequence sort of shows that you sort of gain knowledge about the hidden. So what is it? Gaining knowledge about the occult or gaining knowledge about the hidden sort of means that you suddenly understand all that is not known to mankind. So you just have this aha moment that, oh my God, nobody in the human world knows this. It's not necessary that you know that secret either, but you just suddenly become aware that this particular thing has been a secret. So something like that could have happened, or that could be a part of your transition here. But it also for many here, it's somebody, maybe you actually not baby, there's certainly going to be some sort of like a supernatural encounter. You're probably going to see spaceships or orbs or fairies, or you're going to have some sort of a very beautiful like dream or trance-like state, or like a lucid dream, which is much, much higher as compared to others. So you're just really pushing yourself into a state where you're just having this really strong psychic awakening. That's really what I sense in this transition for many people, like a very, very strong psychic awakening. Yeah, we have horse chestnut, and we also have, oh goodness me, look at that, dark night of the soul. That is intense. Yeah, for most people here, this has happened through the dark night of the soul. Let me see more on this. I would like to get a couple of cards here. After this particular dark night of the soul that you are going through, this transition, which might feel like the dark night of the soul, it could happen that you've closed yourself off to your spirit guides. You've closed yourself off to magic to some extent. You've changed. You've quote unquote matured so much that magic in itself is so grounded that it doesn't have that childlike nature to it anymore. It's much more, it could be like you have your own rituals, but in the beginning these rituals were fun, but now you've been doing these rituals for, let's say, 3 years or so, and now they're not fun anymore. And same, it could be with a job, or a relationship. In the beginning it was fun. Now that time has run its course, it's not so fun anymore. It's a little boring. But a layer of this is about to reveal itself, unravel, and you're about to sort of see something within something that is turning old, seemingly boring, old, stale. It's going away, and you sort of seeing that beneath and inside and within all that fungi and that infection, or this outwardly what I'm seeing is this mold sort of like there's a loaf of bread and on the outside it's just covered with mold, and but you take out the layer of like just the outer layer, and you see the inside of the bread is, it's a different flavor bread, like it's got some dry fruit in it or some sugar in it, but the inside of it is coming out and it's really, really like beautiful and precious, but the outside of it is sort of infected and full of wounding. At least that's what I can see. So yeah, maybe that's in some way a confirmation for somebody or multiple people. However that does resonate for you, I would love to know that in case you're interested. Yeah, let us take some tarot to see what messages we also have for group number 3. I'm going to take this one. We have 20, the last judgment, which is in itself the judgment card. But for some of you, the ending really sort of depends on your perspective. The word that I can hear in my mind right now is bodhisattva, and you know who bodhisattvas are. It's like they are at the point of enlightenment, and now they have the choice to let go of the world, never come back and reincarnate. They can just continue to exist only in the purest, most sublime energetic forms. Now that's just one way for them to exist, right, in this pure sublime form. But if they want, they can choose to reincarnate, but in this birth they will sort of help others through dark nights of the souls mostly. Bodhisattvas really sort of do help the very dark densities. So some of you could have a very strong connection with an ascended master, or you yourself could be a master of sorts, a really highly enlightened, trained individual, professional of sorts, or you're going to become one in this life itself, and you're coming closer and closer to realizing that purpose, being a shamanic healer, a medicine man or a woman, or an oja, or there are so many other words that preside in different cultures. So, and that is what I can see here in the last judgment, is that really you hold the key to where you go next. Are you going to learn more, or are you going to start teaching? Are you going to upskill a little bit more? Is it time for you to create something of everything that you've already learned? Really, the choice is yours. And the beautiful thing about this transition is that it's operating entirely on your free will, and it's not a part of a test as such. It's a part of your soul plan to exercise free will and to see the consequences of it. So yeah, and I think that's where we do get this card as well, which says that, think before making decisions, and stack again, and both of these to give me the energy of Mother Goddess. So which means that spirit and the universe, for me, which is very divine feminine in its intuitive essence, in its unseen places, it's very feminine, and this they are sending signals and signs and birds and omens and messages, and maybe your algorithm is aligned that way, or an event happens which is aligned that way. So there is guidance and some sort of like a supreme entity that is definitely keeping guard on you and making sure that you are propelled in the right direction. You are shown a sign or a symbol, and yes, you have your own free will, but you have the free will to take a divine guidance into account or not. Like, you can see a sign and a symbol, but you have the free will to act on it and to not act on it, and that's going to lead to a fork in the road. And no road is bad is what I'd like for you to know, is the general energy. We also have the Three of Love. This repeated itself in group number 1, and one of the cards here did repeat itself in group number 2. So group number 1 and group number 2, both of them have a connection with group number 3. So if you as group number 3 are drawn to any other group, please feel free to check it out. Although I do feel that group number 3 more or less is very whole in itself. Yeah, so that's one thing. And number 7 is also like extremely, like, it's coming forth again and again. Number 7. See, we do have 7 here. For some reason in all of this spread, I did feel the energy of 7. And if you see XX, it's the 24th letter. So I don't know why, but it should be 6. But for some reason 7 came to my mind again. So that could be something for you. But so could 6. Anyway, these are just for confirmation, to confirm whether this reading is for you or not. Let us take something else and move further. We have Six of Wisdom. There's also something here about something in your culture, like whatever ethnicity, culture, ancestry that you belong to, something that has been passed on to you by your lineage, your culture, your people, to whom you can trace your roots. It's just, for some reason, I'm getting somebody in America right now who is very, very American in essence, in essence as in the national sense, in the sense of what the geopolitical identity of an American is today. You have a lot of those traits, but you've never really felt all that American because you've had a very strong, like a strain, just like a streak of your particular culture, whether your lineage is Italian or Spanish or Mexican or it's Persian or whatever it is, but there's a very strong, like a beautiful way in which your family has preserved that while incorporating all the values, important values of the modern world. And this mixture in itself has created a very beautiful being, which is you, group number 3, and that in itself is going to play an important part in how you're going to heal others and how you're going to facilitate transitions in other people's lives. Because I do see your role as somebody who is helping other transition. I do see you here as this angel right here who is leading others. You have the key to your own enlightenment, but this key is leading many others to their enlightenment as well. So there is an important purpose here that you have to serve. So yes, that's one message that might be of significance for some or not. Right, so anything that does resonate, if you could comment, that really helps me, because it helps me sort of understand a particular flow of energy in retrospect. We have Lady of Wisdom. This did show up in group number 2. This is Mother Mary, and the same thing that happened in group number 2 is sort of repeating itself, that the female, the feminine can tame the devil. There's something about, and this message, this particular thing was repeated in all the 2 groups, that there's a particular woman, an elderly woman, a figure, a feminine mother figure, that is going to help you come out of a tricky situation, or maybe elevate your existence or free your soul. For this group, I just heard that this feminine figure is going to free your soul. Maybe some of you are in a very toxic place right now, work environment, situation or something, and it's just not, you yourself are not able to free, like get out of it. You need assistance, you need help, and there is a feminine figure that is going to help you come out of this. I don't know, for some of you it's a typical, it's like a narcissistic person, or a person who, it's sort of like an energetic vampire, not so much a narcissist, but definitely an energetic vampire, whom you're not able to get rid of on your own, but you should confide in another person, because they're going to be able to help you. Oh, look at that. Talk about an energetic vampire and the devil. We have number 5, Lucifer. Yeah, again, this presence is there, because see, this person is very smart, they're very intelligent. On the face of them, they're very innocent. It's like you can hardly see anything wrong in them for a very long time. More or less, they're a very, very good person. But then again, they are having a negative effect on you. Yes, they do tell you that, oh, I love you, oh, I care for you, oh, I want the best for you, I want to see you shine, or whatever. But really, they don't know how to support you. They don't even have the capacity to support you. They don't even understand you well enough to support you. So their words are quite empty, and they don't even know how empty they are. They are very, very, they are not self-aware. Like, this energy is, I do not like it. It's all I'm saying. I do not like it. And the number 5 is repeating itself again. So we've got 555. It's mercurial. Mercurial is the energy of a page. It's the energy of like a young lover. So it could be male or female, but maybe it's a lover for many, or it could be a potential lover. It could be a potential interest. Now, for many of you, if the next transition in your life includes a relationship, please be very careful about the relationship. For many of you, the next transition will be leaving behind a possible relationship, not letting it happen because it might not be the best. But again, this is entirely dependent on this free will thing. You will have signs and symbols, number one. Second, you will have somebody to confide in, right? You will have this motherly figure to take counsel from. You also have your own meditative rituals where you've had years and years of being in connection with spirit. For many, I don't know why, I do get the feeling that this group has, maybe you guys are just old souls, but I have a feeling that this group might have people from a little bit of a higher age group. Not that age really matters, but I just have a feeling of that sort. So what was I saying? Completely lost my train of thought there. Anyway, I do believe that I more or less completed it. If not, I should be on your screen right now. So yes, be very careful about this particular person, and do seek counsel. And you have years of being in touch with spirit, and please remember how many times you have lost touch with spirit and gotten in touch with spirit, and hence risen up and just shown again. And there's Six of Wisdom, which is your ancestral roots really backing you up. There's this heritage, there's something in your blood which just helps you rise up and overcome all obstacles, and you can really do this. This is a very sticky situation. I just do feel a very sticky energy all of a sudden, like there is a person or a job or a place or a city, education, a philosophy, family member who is just so stubborn and is not getting out of your energy. And you have to take some tough decisions where you have to cut them off. You have to be a little rude to them. It's important for you to be rude to them. You have to risk that they do get a little bit hurt. It's important for some of us here that this person gets hurt, otherwise they're not going to go away. They're going to continue sucking off of your energy, and that's what could be stopping your transition. And many of us, when we are transiting into this, we are literally just becoming the really, really high psychics, shamanic women, men, alchemists, and whatever word you want to put on it, because the labels really are just labels. They will always be a little confining. So finding your own word, finding your own energetic sign for that would be great. Because this is a very path for people who are like very individual in their journey, like they have their own methodology of everything. So labels do not work for you. So, but this person could be stopping that, and there is elderly counsel, a lot of elderly counsel for you. So please make sure that you go to that and then take decision regarding a particular relationship that's going to be very instrumental for you during this time. All right, that was very beautiful. Love that energy. Love that. Wow, I sound absolutely phony for some reason. It's just because I've just after all this time, I just sort of like got up and started recording the video, and my voice sounds so different to me right now. I can barely keep up with my own voice. Like I listen to myself and I'm almost startled that I sound like this. It's just I've spent so much time quiet, but also not talking about these things, not talking about spirit and God, and I've been so disconnected for a while there. So now it feels so different to be not even different, it is like a paradigm shift really, to just be on the table and be speaking with you all. I'm very grateful, very, very grateful. That I have to emphasize. We have the Ace of Love. Did I shift it too much out of view? I hope everything is fine. We have the Ace of Love, which is probably the Ace of Cups from the looks of it. This is a very different deck. And we also have the Parfait, which is the Fool card. Again, Ace and the Fool both signify new beginnings. I hope everything is fine. Yes, looks great. So this is supposed to be a new beginning. You are supposed to be in a very new land. You are supposed to leave any old people behind. For some of you here, there is a new person in your life who is also supposed to be left behind. This is a very specific message. Somebody new, something new, maybe. If it's not somebody, then if it's something new, somebody new, a new city or something that has entered your life, but it's going to be very transitional. It's brief. They're meant to leave your life. Do not worry about it. They are meant to leave your life, and they will leave your life when the time comes. Okay, and If they're meant to stay, if they stay, it will be when your will decides. It will be out of your free will, and it won't be a bad decision, because no road is a bad road. That is pretty much the message that I do have for you. But with the Ace of Love and the Parfait, I really need you to know it's completely fine to not know what is right and what is wrong right now, and to simply act on the basis of your feeling and on the basis of your value system. For most of you watching this in group number 3, your value system is really your anchor right now. It's not just your anchor, it's literally your skeleton. Like, that's the word they're giving me. It's your skeleton. It's the column. It's the multiple. They're showing me, like, I don't know, 12, 15 columns that are holding a really, like, you know, the Colosseum or something. That's what they're showing me. So that's your value system. It's really holding you up right now. So you really have to check in again and again with your own value system, your own virtues, your own sense of right and wrong, like what you allow yourself to do, what you don't allow yourself to do, what you feel guilty about, and how long do I feel guilty about a certain thing. You really have to check in with your own higher self. It's very, very important for this group. That came in very strongly. I'm really emphasizing it again. Please, group number 3, check in with your higher self a lot and trust in it, and really remember that it is a particle of God. You are a particle of God, and your higher self more so. Okay, so yeah, that was beautiful. That is amazing. That is beautiful. Not was, that is beautiful. And wow, I'm really, really stoked to be here. Stoked. Where did I get that word? I have no idea. But I very rarely use stoked. Anyway, very beautiful energy. Thank you so much for being with me here. Thank you for sharing your time and space and your energy and your vibes and your experience with me, and allowing your wavelength to, you know, interact with my wavelength. Wonderful experience as always. If this was something of value, this brought something of value to you, I would really appreciate it if you could like the video, comment your experience with it, and subscribe if you're new. It would be really lovely to have you on the channel. Also, if you cannot do any of these things, even then, you have my deepest love, and I'm so grateful to many people who have sent me their good wishes, who've shared their concern for my welfare. I've cried reading your mails, and I am not lying. I have. Why did I say that with so much emphasis? Anyway, emphasis, right. Yes, there were many mails and written messages that I haven't gotten around to replying to them, but absolutely moved me and really made me see the value of support in the modern, the Aquarian age. You know, how we support each other through distances is so important. Just sort of sharing that for this group, because this group is very individualistic in its nature, and somehow or the other spirit is supporting you, is what I'd want to affirm. Anyway, so yes, thank you so much, and my deepest love and so much gratitude, and my best wishes for your future. And have a great day, morning, night, evening, and yes, until next time, namaste. I will see you.